Welcome to today's Studio G Sports Report. I'm Stephen Marsh. Now, when I couldn't figure out when I first heard that the first UNLV game for basketball would be on a Monday, and then it dawned on me that it was Veterans Day, where most people had the day off from school and work. So what better way to spend the night than at the season opener at the Thomas and Mack? And the crowd came, the largest crowd for a home opener in school history, 18,187. And the 18th ranked Rebels did not disappoint the fans. UNLV led off with runs of 8-0 and led 21-7 to begin the game as UNLV dominated throughout the whole game as they responded to last week's exhibition scare against Dixie State. Anthony Bennett led the way with 22 points as 5 Rebels had double-digit points. Bryce Dijon Jones had 15 points, Anthony Marshall and Caton Reinhardt each with 14 points, and Savon Goodman with 11. Northern Arizona had a bit of a scare, a little bit of a run themselves, 18-8 over a 6-minute stretch. But the Rebels closed the first half on a 16-0 run to lead 45-23 at half. Head coach Amy Bush announced they have signed 2 national letters of intent for the 2013-2014 season. Husan Vivian Chen from Taiwan is ranked number 56 in Golf Freak's 2013 class. She currently plays at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida. The other one is Avery French from Valencia, California. Currently, she is a senior at Dana Hills High School. She has won numerous titles, including 2012 Silver Rock Toyota Tour Cup and 2012 South Coast League Championship. Runnin' Rebels, after splitting a pair of games over this past weekend, first losing to Oregon, then beating Iowa State, suffered a bit in the latest polls. They dropped to 24th in the AP poll and number 20th in the USA Today coaches poll. They were previously ranked 18th in both. Nationally, Indiana remains number 1 in both polls, followed by Duke, who moves up to number 2 in both polls, previously held by Louisville. Michigan, Ohio State, and Louisville round out the top 5. Mountain West Schools San Diego State moves up to number 23 in the AP and 21 in the coaches poll, and New Mexico climbs into the top 25 in both polls, number 25 in the AP, and 23 in the coaches poll. With the anticipation and national recognition this year's Runnin' Rebel team has garnered, fans got their first chance to see the team in action last Thursday at the Thomas and Mack Center. Annual Runnin' Rebel Scarlet and Gray Showcase featured a dunk contest, legends game, and scrimmage between this year's team. Freshman Anthony Bennett, who is expected to be one of the top contributors this season, wowed the crowd with his dunking abilities to capture the dunk title easily. Coach Dave Rice looks at this night as one to help build the team and get them ready for the season.
Great opportunity for us to play in front of fans, under the lights, with the scoreboard going, opportunity for us to get better. I thought our effort was good, and our fans have been absolutely terrific, and so we're excited about the progress we're making.
As for the fans, watching the team in action for the very first time, were very impressed by what they saw, and a few players stood out from the rest.
Anthony Bennett looked really good. Saw some good play out of Savon Goodman. He looked pretty good too. Anthony Marshall's steady, good performer. And Cam Birch was blocking stuff like crazy.
The Rebels are ranked 19th in the USA Today preseason poll for the first time in 2 decades, but Coach Rice acknowledges it doesn't guarantee success.
It's great to get that kind of national recognition. It's the first time in 20 years. Having said that, it doesn't guarantee anything other than we just need to continue to work hard. Everyone's going to be ready to play us this year, and we need to understand and meet that tremendous challenge. But it's great national recognition for our program.
Bronco fans will not like this next bit of news. Running back Willis McGahee will be out at least 6 to 8 weeks with a torn MCL in his right knee. McGahee suffered the injury early in the second quarter in Sunday's win against the San Diego Chargers. McGahee will not need surgery, however, though he will need to be on crutches for about a month and cannot put pressure on that foot. He is leading the Broncos in rushing with 731 yards on 167 carries, including 4 rushing TDs. Ronnie Hillman and Lance Ball are expected to fill the void while McGahee is out. Well, last week we told you about the Grinnell College sophomore who scored a record 138 points in a Division III NCAA game against Faith Baptist Bible College, smashing the NCAA AA record for most points in a single game. Now, Jack Taylor is speaking out about the game and says he couldn't have done it without the help of his team.
I definitely was a ball hog, but my teammates kept getting me the ball. when I would pass it off to them, they would try to get me the ball right back because they knew I was hot. And in the second half, we started going for the record when my shots were falling. So it was a team effort to get me the ball, and they kept encouraging me to shoot, which only gave me more confidence.
Grinnell College won the game, by the way, 179 to 104. As for Taylor, he says he wants to play basketball professionally. However, if that doesn't pan out, he's majoring in biochemistry and hopes to become a pharmacist. And finally, a couple in Texas consider themselves huge Texans fans. To prove it, they got married over the weekend to a Houston, Texas-themed wedding. The entire wedding party and guests wore jerseys instead of dresses and tuxes. A referee officiated the service, and a wedding, of course, wouldn't be complete without cake. Well, how about a specialty-made Texans cake? That was there as well. Damon Parrott says he was surprised that his bride, Renee Venegas, supported the idea.
Damon said, hey, I got an idea. Why don't we have a Texan-themed wedding? And I'm like, oh, that's awesome!
And I really didn't think she would go with it, and she took off with it.
The happy couple also got a nice gift as well, a 10-1 start for their beloved Texans as one of the top teams in the NFL this year. Well, that does it for sports today on this Tuesday.